You sit down to work. You open your laptop. You have a clear goal. You know exactly what needs to get done. And then, almost before you realize it, you're somewhere else. You're scrolling. You're checking. You're watching something you didn't even choose to watch. And the work is still there, exactly where you left it, waiting. Why does this keep happening? Why can you watch a 3-hour documentary about a topic you barely care about, but you can't sit with your own work for 10 uninterrupted minutes? This isn't a character flaw. This isn't laziness. This is biology. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your brain, you won't just feel better about yourself. You'll know exactly how to fix it. Every minute you can't focus is a minute that belongs to someone else. It's a deadline missed. It's an idea that never becomes a project. It's the version of yourself you keep promising to become, slipping further away. The cost isn't just productivity. The cost is your potential. And the worst part? Your brain is not broken. It is working exactly as designed. The problem is that the design was never meant for this world. Let's talk about what's actually happening. Deep inside your brain, there's a system built for one purpose: survival. This system is designed to notice novelty, reward exploration, and push you toward anything that might help you survive or thrive. The chemical at the center of this system is dopamine. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. It's not. Dopamine is about anticipation. It fires not when you get the reward, but when you expect the reward might be coming. That flutter you feel when a notification appears? Dopamine. The urge to check your phone even though you just checked it 30 seconds ago? Dopamine. The compulsive need to know what happens next in a video, a story, a thread. All dopamine. Your brain evolved in an environment where stimulation was rare and meaningful. A rustle in the bushes might be a predator. An unfamiliar sound might be food. Every signal deserved attention because every signal could matter. Now imagine dropping that same brain into the modern world. Hundreds of notifications. Infinite scroll. Content engineered by teams of behavioral scientists to maximize the exact chemical that controls your attention. Your brain isn't failing. It's adapting. But it's adapting to an environment that profits from keeping you distracted. Here's what happens when you live in a state of constant overstimulation. Your dopamine system recalibrates. It raises the baseline. It starts to require more stimulation just to feel normal. This is why ordinary tasks start to feel unbearable. Reading a book feels slow. Writing a report feels impossible. Sitting with a difficult problem for more than a few minutes feels like torture. It's not that these things became harder. It's that your brain's threshold for what feels stimulating enough has been pushed so high that reality can no longer compete. You are not competing with your phone. You are competing with the billions of dollars that went into making that phone impossible to put down. And right now, your brain is losing that competition. But here's what changes everything. This recalibration is not permanent. The threshold can be lowered. The baseline can reset. And it can begin to happen within 24 hours. This is what a dopamine reset actually is. It is not a punishment. It is not a detox that requires suffering. It is a deliberate, temporary reduction in high stimulation input that allows your brain's sensitivity to return to baseline. Think of it like your eyes adjusting to darkness. Walk into a dark room from bright sunlight and you can't see anything. But wait, and slowly, shapes begin to emerge. Your sensitivity increases because the overwhelming input has been removed. Your brain works the same way. Remove the flood of artificial stimulation, and your natural sensitivity to reward begins to return. The things that used to feel satisfying start to feel satisfying again. The work that felt impossible starts to feel approachable. In the first few hours of a dopamine reset, your brain will push back hard. You will feel restless. You will feel an almost physical pull toward your phone, your feeds, your usual sources of stimulation. This is not weakness. This is withdrawal from a pattern your brain has become deeply accustomed to. The discomfort is actually confirmation that the reset is working. If you're serious about upgrading your mind, subscribe to Human OS Lab. Every week, we break down the science of becoming a better version of yourself. By the 4 to 6 hour mark, something shifts. The restlessness begins to quiet. Your brain, no longer flooded with artificial peaks, starts to settle. You may notice your thoughts becoming more linear. You may find yourself able to hold an idea for longer without immediately reaching for distraction. This is your prefrontal cortex beginning to reassert control. The executive part of your brain, the part responsible for planning, focus, and decision-making, starts to come back online. By the end of the first 24 hours, most people report a shift that feels almost disorienting in its simplicity. Ordinary things start to feel interesting again. A conversation holds your attention. A task feels doable instead of daunting. There is a quiet but unmistakable sense of being present. This is not magic. This is your brain returning to its factory settings. Now here's how you actually do it. For the first 24 hours, you eliminate or dramatically reduce the highest stimulation inputs in your life. Social media goes off. Video content goes off. News feeds, short-form content, anything designed to deliver rapid novelty and reward goes off. You replace them with low-stimulation activities, walking, cooking, reading a physical book, sitting with your thoughts, having an actual conversation. These activities will feel underwhelming at first. That feeling is the point. You are not doing these things for the dopamine hit. You are doing them to allow your brain to remember what a natural level of stimulation feels like. You are recalibrating the instrument. And here is what no one tells you about the reset. The hardest part is not the boredom. The hardest part is the moment you pick up your phone out of pure reflex before your conscious mind even registers what you're doing. That automatic reach is the most important moment of the entire process. Because when you catch it, when you feel that pull and choose not to follow it, you are doing something profound. You are demonstrating to your own brain that you are in control. Every time you override that impulse, the impulse gets slightly weaker. Every time you sit with discomfort, instead of escaping it, your tolerance for discomfort grows. This is how focus is rebuilt. Not through discipline alone, through deliberate, repeated redirection of your attention. After the reset, you don't go back to your old patterns. You establish new ones. You keep high stimulation content contained to specific windows. You protect your first hour in the morning from anything that isn't your own mind. You give your brain time each day to exist at a natural stimulation level. And what you'll find is that the work stops feeling like a fight. The ideas start coming. The focus that felt like something you lost starts returning like a signal coming back into range. Here's the truth that this whole video has been building toward. Your attention was never stolen from you. It was rented out, a little at a time, by systems designed to keep you in a state of permanent low-grade distraction. The person who controls their focus controls their future. And focus is not a talent. It is not something you either have or you don't. It is a biological system that responds to the inputs you give it. Change the inputs. Change the system. If you want to take back control of your attention, subscribe to Human OS Lab. Because the modern world is engineered to distract you, we help you engineer yourself. Your attention was never lost. It was simply waiting for you to come back and claim it.